What's today? A year ago today, New York, where I live, was busy going full stupid. This was the first one here. No summer camp for New York City kids and New York kids. This freaked me out, and this was a huge problem. And this is when the fireworks started going off all across the country. Think about New York City for a second. Millions of kids in small apartments with the parks closed. Thank you, de Blasio. Health department. Schools were closed. And now they closed camps. And we saw this unfold in real time, even though we knew that kids weren't necessarily a problem, thank goodness. And outside wasn't necessarily a problem, thank goodness. And these kids had already been inside for 2 months. And we still did this. School buildings closed. Mental health is suffering. We knew this back then. It's a year of this. It's been a year of this. Coronavirus news. New York City beaches will not reopen for the Memorial Day weekend. Again, who's the Einstein that decided that beaches were a source of spread? Did a video on this a few days ago, but that is a special kind of stupid to go with that. Because again, if this is, if this was the truly novelist of novel viruses that transmit magically on windy, sunny beaches, unlike any other virus in the history of viral history, then we have a problem. But there was zero evidence of that happening. And once again, this better safe than sorry planning, which is a race to the bottom, which is a ticket to Misery Town. And we cashed that ticket over and over and over again. And here we had New York State and New York City closing the camps, closing the beaches, closing the parks, not letting people, and especially children, go outside, get exercise, get sun, get fresh air. Not to mention this shows an amazing ignorance of how our human immune system works and how important it is to be healthy and active. Again, even if you grant, and again, I will not grant this, but if you want to play the game that there is a, 1-2% chance of, super vector spread event at a beach, and again, that is insane. But if you want to play that, I would argue that the risk is worth it. How dare you keep people inside? How dare you do this? We used force. We used government, police, force. And the threat of fines, and the threat of, jail, to keep people from going to beaches, parks, and the kids to summer camp. And spoiler alert, these kids, these millions of kids in these tiny, hot New York apartments, stayed in those apartments all summer. Playing video games, whatever. Congratulations, Activision, and your Q3 returns. Wow. This is anti-science, and this is something that is going to be looked back upon as there's a lot of stupid, bad, dumb, destructive mistakes that have been made, are still being made. But the closing of the beaches, closing of the parks, plus the harming of the kids and the closing of the schools is going to go down as, wow.